I ought to say here that Clark grew up down in the deep South as a Presbyterian. He's an expat, left when he was 18, the was on track to be the first Rinzai American Zen teacher in America, and then left and was a Buddhist magazine editor.
So I always felt like I sort of like, I wasn't even sure I deserved to have the rosary, that I was entitled to pray because I wasn't brought up Catholic. So it was entirely appropriated. So anyway, but I was praying it and I wanted my son to have it. And my son already knew the prayers because Perdita had taught them to the children when they were little. So they grew up with them. I wanted him to feel like he owned a rosary that had been passed down. So a couple of nights later, my mother calls me and says, "Hey, your grandmother's 102 and she's finally reached the point she can't live alone anymore and we're going to have to sell her house." And she says, "Is there anything you want from the house?" And I was talking to Perdita, should I go down? This house was so important to me as I was a little boy. I grew up there the first few years of life. And I was wrestling with that and I had a dream. And in the dream, I'm with my mother and we go into my grandmother's house. And she says, "What do you want?" And I go straight to the kitchen, to this drawer in the kitchen where my nanny, when I was a little boy, used to keep all my toys. And I open the drawer in the dream, and there's this onyx and sterling silver rosary, right? So in the dream, I pick up the rosary and I say to my mom, "We can go now. This is all I want." I wake up the next day. So a couple of days later, I get a notice, an email from eBay saying your package has departed from Wynne, Arkansas, which is where my grandmother grew up, which is 8 miles from Forest City, where her house was. Okay. So the rosary that I have ordered is coming from a vendor in Wynne, Arkansas. So I'm getting so many goosebumps. I'm getting that synchronous feeling, that being in the zone and the flow. I was the toy and cotton candy girl at Ben Franklin. So the woman who sold me the rosary on eBay, right, which was exactly when it arrived, was exactly the rosary I dreamed about, right, in my dream. She had been the girl who sold me the toys for the boy drawer when I was a little boy. So I had despaired over not having a rosary that,
Had been in the family.
Yeah, that it wasn't a family tradition. It wasn't something that was passed down to me. But it turned out it was.